So we just got some new Tamiya kits in for review, and I wanted to get some dedicated radio systems for it. So I went with the Spektrum SLT3 radio. It's a budget radio that just has your basic trim functions, and I decided I wanted to do a video on it because I get a lot of questions of what's a good budget radio from people that are looking to build up kits or revive an old RC car that may have a crystal radio in it. So these are actually some pretty good radios. They come with some of the new ARMA cars, and I figured we should just sit down and talk about it in case you're looking for a budget radio. So here's the SLT3 radio system, and it actually comes in two different versions, which I didn't know until I started researching this radio. But the first version over here is the SLT3 radio, and it comes with an SLR300 receiver and a bind plug. Now this is just the SLT protocol alone. It's not a dual protocol. That's this one over here. This one comes with the Spektrum SR315 receiver, which handles the SLT protocol and the DSMR protocol. Now this one over here is 45 bucks, which really fits that budget bill for those looking to just install it in a kit or maybe revive an old RC car, as I mentioned before, that has a crystal radio system. And then this one over here, this one I really like, in my opinion. This one comes with this dual protocol receiver, which it's a $60 combo, but this receiver alone is just 50 bucks. And this one has its benefits to it. So the SLT protocol is awesome. It's got a really good feel to it. Those of you that know the SLT protocol, it came on the old Tactic radios. Those are actually some really good ready to run radios. This one over here, this one has upgradability to it. And that's a word, right? Upgradability. It's, you know, if you get tired of this radio, you'll be able to go and bind this to another Spektrum radio that handles the DSMR protocol to it, such as this rugged radio here. So this is kind of a good value if you feel like you're going to expand in the future. But the radio systems themselves, these feel really good. They've got a nice grip to them. I like this little extra tab here that just kind of, you know, seats your hand into position. It does have a foam wheel on the steering wheel here, and it feels really good, but just a simple design. It takes 4 AA batteries in the bottom, and it has your standard trim functions, your steering and your throttle trim. It even has a steering dual rate. Down here in the front is your third channel. It's a 3-position third channel. So those of you that may have like a dig servo or a 2-speed in your RC car, you'll be able to use the third channel for that. Then let me flip this around. This is where you turn it on back here. It's got kind of a recessed button area here. So if you put this down on the ground, it doesn't turn the radio off, but it's just a simple switch in the back. You got your steering and throttle reversing, and then actually a throttle limiting switch as well. So you could set this between 50, 75, and 100. So if someone's learning how to drive, you could go flip the switch so it's in the 75 or 50% mode. And that's really about it. In the front, there is a LED, so when it's on solid red, you know that your radio system is powered up, and then if it's blinking, you know that your radio system needs new batteries in here. Now, there's actually some additional functionality to this that's kind of hidden. You can actually go into this radio and set your travel beyond just the steering rate. So if you wanted to set more travel to the left or right or whatever, just set your car up so you know it steers at full steering in both directions. You could go in with it simply by turning on the system, holding the throttle, turning the steering wheel. It enters this programming mode, and then you use the third channel button to set those values, and then you shut everything down, turn it back on, and those values are set. So that's pretty cool that you could go in there and do that. You could even reset it back to the factory specs as well. There is a calibration setting for that. So it's a very good radio. It's got a lot of functionality to it. I like it. It's simple, but it is effective. It even has a little lanyard mount on the bottom as well. So for those of you that are out crawling, that like to hang your radio from your neck with a lanyard, it's got that little option there as well. So it's a pretty good radio system. Like I said, you know, for $45, you know, it was kind of just a no-brainer to go and get it for my Volkswagen that's back there, my Tamiya Volkswagen kit that I'm building. And then the Spektrum receiver equipped version, I'm gonna go put that in the hot shot over there, so that's gonna be a lot of fun. I've used this radio system before on the new ARMA Granite, so I know how it feels. It does feel good when you're driving. The response is really good. The range is really good on there as well. I mean, as pretty much as far as I could see. I don't go driving my cars out into oblivion, but I did go out and drive it pretty far. Did have full control over the vehicle the whole time. So I like this radio. Again, for the budget-minded that just want something simple, maybe go with the SLT protocol only. And for those of you that want to go and upgrade possibly later on down the road, I really suggest that you consider the SR315 receiver. Now, there are a couple other Spektrum receivers, the SR515, that will bind to this as well. Those are dual protocol receivers. So if you did want to, for some reason, pick up an additional receiver to go with this radio system, Spektrum has some options there as well. But I can't wait to go and drop this radio into those cars and get them up and running for you guys. All right, so if you're looking for a new inexpensive radio system, I would definitely check this out. Very user-friendly. I actually posted a picture of this on Instagram, and there was a lot of people that do enjoy this radio. So it's not just my feedback. I think a lot of people do like the SLT radio. All right, if you haven't done so yet, please click that subscribe button and the notifications bell. Throw the video a like. Questions or comments, throw them in the section below, and we'll see you back soon for some more RC Driver videos.